Welcome back to JB Reviews. So as you guys saw in the last video, I got a 2022 Ford F350. This is a Lariat. This is a base Lariat. And it has the 7.3 liter V8, which is an optional gas engine. And that's all I need to point to right there. But listen guys, this is one of the best gas engine options in terms of performance. It has the most horsepower, has the most torque, and it has a 10-speed. And let's face it, it's a Ford. So I do not have the window sticker for this one, so maybe if we have a chance, maybe we'll try to find something online, or maybe I'll just build one to show you kind of what the price point would be for something like this. But let's get started on the front end. This does have a chrome bumper and front grille, and on the white, it doesn't look that bad. And Lariat is optional with LED headlights, although this one was not optional with it. But halogen headlights and halogen fog lights, tow hooks on the front. And I'm so sorry it's dirty, but honestly, you see that white stuff? It's been snowing so much. It is what it is. Now this one does have the standard 18-inch wheels. Now, in the comment section, I know this truck only has like just under 10,000 miles. Are Continental tires standard on the Ford Super Duties? Because this doesn't have the FX4. So I'm thinking these are the standard tires. And if so, I think I would have definitely gotten the FX4. But you do have a solid front axle. And all in all, Ford HDs that are in the 1-ton segment do ride pretty darn good unloaded. And this truck does not have as much weight as the diesel, so we'll see how well it rides on the road here. You do have an LED light on the front here, and it's basically like a spot light in a sense. And I like that they give you this painted trim piece above the mirror here. These are going to be power adjustable. They're going to power fold in too. And unfortunately, this does not have a smart key system, and it doesn't have push button start, which you'll see here in a second. But they do provide this keypad, so you don't necessarily need to have the key to unlock the door. So I do like this. You can leave the key inside the interior and lock it from here. And this is probably one of the biggest cabs in the business. I think GM's might be just a little bit bigger, but all in all, this is a great size for a full-size pickup. Now, I believe this is a 32-gallon fuel tank, but this is the standard bed, and their standard bed is a decent size. I believe it's 6 foot and 75 inches. And down below, check it out. This is why you buy a 1-ton truck. You get this guy here, overload leaf springs, and then you have 4 leaves in the main pack here. And you can see this one does have the 5th wheel prep package. You can actually see it bolted into the frame. That's part of the reason why I like to get it from the factory, and is covered under the factory warranty. Despite this truck not having many options, it does have blind spot monitoring and cross path traffic alert, parking sensors out back, class 5 receiving hitch, and here's some of the towing numbers on there: 18.2 and 18.20 for your tongue weight. For your 7 and 4-pin connector, these are going to be incandescent bulbs, however. Backup camera, and you do have a light for your conventional hitch. Now if you drop the tailgate, it is not assisted. And this tailgate, I answered a question I had a long time ago. This tailgate isn't as heavy as the one with the step, and I prefer this one over the one with the step personally. But as I mentioned, you have your 5th wheel prep package. And something that I just noticed, this package is the same as the GM's, which basically allows me to use my B&W gooseneck ball with this truck for my GMC. I am a huge fan of white pickup trucks because they do not show swirls and things like that. And one way you can tell this is a gas truck is it does not have like the dual exhaust out back, and of course there's no PowerStep diesel badge on the side either. I wish they did offer a 7.3 badge for these trucks, that way you can know without having to actually go and look under the hood. But speaking of under the hood, let's check out this monster of a gas engine. So there it is, guys. This is the 7.3 liter gas V8. Now this is going to be good for 430 horsepower, 475 pound-feet of torque. That is big numbers out of a gas engine. And it is class leading now. In 2020 and earlier trucks, this is an option. For 2023, they did make this engine standard on higher trim levels. But wait, there's more. This has a 10-speed transmission. And I am very much so really excited to see how well it does towing. And unfortunately, I can't go over the axle ratios, and I'm not going to go over the payload in this video because I'm setting all this up for you guys. Just hang in there with me. But yeah, this has a big transmission. This 10-speed is pretty large, but it didn't go up in weight compared to the 6-speed that it replaced. But you guys can see that transfer case right here. I absolutely cannot wait to show you the payload on this truck because it's so big. But this interior is darn nice. Tan on white is my favorite. I would love to have a Ferrari one day. I don't think I'll have one anytime soon, but I would love to have one with this color combination. But as you can see, this Lariat comes with leather seats, power seats on both sides, and as I mentioned on the outside, you can power fold, and if you need to tow a trailer, you can extend them out too. So these have a lot of functions, and not having that diesel engine saves you so much money up front too. This does have lumbar support, and those pedals are actually adjustable. Something that Ram doesn't have is a telescoping steering wheel, but you have it in the Ford. But let's be honest, this is a disappointment. I know some people are going to say, who cares, it's just a key, grow up little boy. Listen, I want push button start. I think it's a better option than this. Check this out. Look at the big screen. Look at all the storage down here. I have all this water. Actually, you know, I forget I can do this. Watch this. You can actually swipe this like that. And then I'd have more space for all my waters. Isn't that cool? And USBs down below. You have a Type A and Type C. This slides closed to hide that. And this has dual climate control. Now notice that it's missing some buttons right here. So yes, heated and cooled seats and heated steering wheel are an option on the Lariat. Trailer brake, and here's all your drive modes on the side. You push it in. Oh, I was already in tow haul mode. I wonder why. You have normal, and as you just saw, tow haul, eco, slippery, deep snow and sand, and you have to be in four-wheel drive for that one. And normal again. Now, one thing I like about this truck too is you can manually shift it, and I love that Ford gives you the gears on the side there. I like that. GM does not do this. Ram kind of does this, but you have to basically be in manual mode to see what gear you're in. And you can just lock it into the highest gear. Now, this guy here, this makes this interior look so luxurious. I like the larger screens because on my GM, I do not have my temperature if I'm in Apple CarPlay. By the way, this does have wireless Apple CarPlay. Really cool. There are some favorite lists here too for some things you want, and there are some apps, settings. One thing that Ford has done, and they really have caught up a little bit with Stellantis, is with their sync system. I believe this is Sync 3. And there's just a lot of ways you can customize this. And hopefully when I have this for more time, I'll go into more details of it. But you do have some power plugs here on the side. And let's check out your storage. So here, you have a deep storage with some coin holders, and this does pop out. On the side, you have additional storage. And above, you do have some storage right there. One thing I love about this truck and how it's optioned is it has vinyl floors. I personally would get this on every single car I buy because personally I don't think carpet makes sense in cars. I think that when you have kids, when you have multiple people getting out of your car, it's just nice to be able to vacuum and wipe down. But with carpet, you have to keep that sucker vacuumed at least once a week or it just starts to get really pitted with dirt, it starts to smell, all that. But in the center, you have more power plugs and USBs, air vents to keep people comfortable back here, and there's 2 more cup holders for these occupants. If they have water bottles, they can go in the door, and there is storage under the seat. 60/40 bench, as you just saw, and more LED lights on the roof. But let's go ahead and take this bad boy for a drive, And that will effectively end this video.
I didn't really show you anything in this screen, but Ford, if you ever watch my videos, please, and I mean pretty please, do a gauge summary. This is the only thing I don't really care about on this truck. But I do like the fact that Ford does give you the, hopefully you guys can see it, I don't know if you can or not, but you do have the gears. I do like that. If there's anything that Ford does well, is that. They definitely give you the gears, and that does help a ton when you're towing. I like to see what gear I'm in, because sometimes I'll turn off tow haul mode, and then I'll just lock it in a specific gear depending on the roads I'm traveling on. So I like that they show that to you so you can really see where it's at. And at about 45 miles an hour, you're just at, what, 1100, 1200 RPMs? It's pretty good. And that's where you're gonna get the better fuel economy at too.
So as I mentioned, I have to edit my footage. I didn't give you guys a full drive because there was a lot of stuff in it that was really shaky. But in the next video I do, I want to give you guys some of my impressions. And so far, like I said, it's going to probably take me a little bit of time to like really get this footage perfect for you. But I want to show you some of the pricing on this particular one. So 64.4 is about what this one was priced at. That's with 7.3 and four-wheel drive. And I kept calling it a base Lariat. The reason why I kept calling it that was because, let me just show it to you really quickly. Normally when you see a Lariat, you'll see it have at least a chrome package on it. FX4 is almost like a must. And even if it doesn't have anything else, it at least has some of those packages. You would even see it with like the value package. So it gives you the heated seats. But one of the packages I always recommend, and obviously if you're going to look at a 2023, definitely get the ultimate package. They do have a sport appearance and a black appearance available. And if you want that more off-road pickup, of course they have the trimmer down here. But this one didn't have a lot of things on it. And I will say at 64.4 it's priced pretty well. And there is a winch available, fifth wheel prep package. It did have this, so I apologize. I did not put this on there. But I want to say that was pretty much all of the stuff. But I think that spray and bed liner was aftermarket. But we can go ahead and click it on here just so you have it for price sakes. But I'm pretty sure if you are looking at a 2023, these prices are going to look a little bit more intense, so to speak, because I think they went up probably by about $3,000 to $5,000 in this ballpark. But all in all, really excited to show you guys some of the towing footage. So be sure to stay tuned. I got some really cool videos for the truck, and I'm probably going to start getting pickups a little bit more. So just be sure to lock into the channel, and I'll see you guys soon.